Welcome to SwissedTV. I'm back, but this time I got a couple stories, but it comes from a place of vulnerability. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be honest because it's just like, what the fuck? As y'all see down there, normalize therapy in the black community. Bro, we got to normalize it, bro. We got to. Because I went and seen my therapist yesterday. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. And I started going to therapy because it was like a part of my post-release out of prison. So I'm doing it. But I'm thinking I'm just getting by. I wasn't actually engaging until, my therapist started hitting me with real questions, real life things. I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's why I don't do this. These are the issues with that. Like what's going on? Like, okay, all right, boom. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So he got to ask me why I was so nonchalant when it comes to females. Because we got into a deep conversation about, my ex. Right now, me and her are not in a great place because she's not in a great place, but it is what it is. And we started talking about, like, why I really don't give a damn not about the situation, about, like certain things. Like, me personally, I don't care about sex. And I'm gonna explain to you why. And I don't care about how you feel emotionally, and he broke it down to me. So when I was 12 years old, now I can actually look at it and know that it wasn't right. I thought, oh, cool, shit, I lost my virginity at 12. No, that wasn't it. At 12 years old, let's call a spade a spade. I was basically molested by a 16 or 17-year-old girl that had an eye out for me. Like, we did what we did on a couple of occasions, but I'm thinking, like, that's normal. Like, because, like, by 12, I was already watching porn. I was already watching all kind of stuff. So I thought it was normal. But as I get older, and as I kind of as he broke it down to me yesterday, it was like, why don't you, like, most men, sex drive is way higher than yours. Why is that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I got a crazy sex drive. Like, when I get the, I ain't never heard nobody tell me, oh, that was trash, or I ain't never had nobody come back. Like, everybody has spit in the block if it want a one night stand or whatever. So I'm telling him, like, I'm really not the most affectionate person in the world. Like, I don't want to be touched. Like, like, if I kiss you 2-3 times a week, then shit, that's being affectionate to me. If I give you, like, I'm gonna hug you, kiss you on the cheek every time I leave you, boom, I'm gone. Be safe. But I had to realize, he had to break down to me, like that's really that's not normal for a person of your caliber. Like, a person of my caliber is like I'm a very intimate person in intimate settings. But far as like public affection and all the rest of that. I don't do that. I will. I'm lying. I will do it for the right person. So, so he's breaking it down to me like, look, have you ever thought about the way you were treated and the way you were used when you were 12 years old by this older woman that you did not like? Because the motherfucker, look, I'm trying to get monetized, mention, but the bitch, I'm trying to get monetized, she's the female looked like a skinnier version of Precious. She was not it at all. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was available. And I went with it, not knowing that I'm doing things and stuff with a person that I do not want to do it with at all. You know, at all. And I did it on multiple occasions. I'm going to say it's at least 5 or 6 before her grandmama died. Like, at least 5 or 6. So, I'm just like, nah, I never equated that to that. He was like, look, you don't like to be touched all the time. Correct. You don't like verbalizing your feelings. Correct. You don't like eye contact during sexual encounters. Correct. This is everything we're talking about during therapy. I'm like, correct. He was like, why do you think that? I'm like, shit, I don't know. That's just who I am. Nigga, I don't know. Because your first sexual encounter wasn't a pleasant one. Your first sexual encounter was somebody taking advantage of you and your vulnerability as a child. And she made me do all those things. I never forget, like, I'm sticking my little pee-pee in there, and she was like, ooh, look at me. Look at me. It feel good? It feel good? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You like it? Mm-hmm. Me going back to that, I had to realize, I had to think like, what the fuck? That's why I can't look females in the eyes like when we having sex. That's why, like, when I'm really not attracted to somebody, I instantly go, phew. That's why I don't do certain things, and I have a ultra kinky mind, but it's only ultra kinky for certain people. And I'm like, damn. He had looked at me, he was like, look, if the roles were reversed, would it be normalized? Because I'm telling him, like, bro, it's normal in our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, niggas always mess with girls. Like, bro, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was 24, I was messing with, I had started talking to a girl that was 16. Found out she was 16. I ain't got down to talk to her until she turned 18, 19 when she went to Clark, Atlanta. She lied to me about her age and all the rest of it. And eventually, I did sleep with her. And eventually, she became one of my girlfriends that I actually claimed. But I'm just like, if I would have slept with her in that moment, I would have been dead the fuck wrong. But I'm saying that to say, like, I never knew I was going through a trauma response because of something that happened to me when I was 12. I'm thinking like, oh, like all my life, I'm like, oh, I lost my virginity when I was 12. Never thought it was a trauma response at all. Like, I never thought it was trauma, but it actually was, and it actually affected future relationships, and it's fucked up. It really is. The second thing I'm gonna say is I normalize streets and death. I thought somebody dying was just a part of what came with the streets. I thought it was. Like, I never really, like, all right, somebody die, like, somebody old die, they live their life. Somebody young die, it was just their time. God got them. I normalized death because death was always around the corner. First time I ever seen somebody get killed, my sister was living in MacDougal, and I seen she wasn't even there long, maybe there a year, and somebody got killed probably about a building down. And I went outside, and you know what I'm saying, we was outside, and it came through shooting. I didn't know he died at the moment because when they came through shooting, I'm seeing him drop. But we in the house, like, she pushed us in the house, and the police out there. The next thing I know is my mama coming to get me, and my sister telling her that somebody died. And at that moment, I'm putting two to two together. I was a smart enough kid. I was probably about 4, 5-ish. Maybe even 6. And anybody from down know how the Mac go, like, in the early, I mean, in the late 90s. Like, anybody know how the MacDougal Terrace, Durham, North Carolina? Look it up. They know how I go. And I think I normalized death since then. Because it was only one person I ever cried for. I'm going to say 2. Cried about was Nate Elmore, R.P. Nate. Because you died way before your time. And I feel like if I was there, and that's another thing to give me anxiety and PTSD, because if I was there at that house party that night, you wouldn't have died, because I knew the dude who killed you. I was just smoking a blunt with him probably about 2-3 days before. He wouldn't have shot you, bro. He wouldn't have killed you. The other nigga he killed, all right, that ain't got nothing to do with him. But Nate Elmore, I feel bad because I actually knew him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually knew the dude who killed you. And I was 15, 16 at the time, and I cried then. And I actually cried the second time when my godfather, I got this, it's crazy, I got his obituary right here. My goddaddy died probably about a week after I got out of prison. And I didn't get a chance to actually speak with him or nothing like that. And they just found him dead. And he was really like my second father in my life. Like, he raised me. I mean, and I talked about him in another video about the strip club, like, about the strippers, like, why I'm infatuated with strippers. So, yeah, that's the only time I cry. So we normalize death. We normalize things that's not normal in no aspect of life. And it's a blessing that me being on probation, parole, whatever you want to call it, made me go to therapy. Made me do it, and I'm going through it, and I'm going through life like damn, I have been through some traumatic experiences. Like, I done been stabbed. I done been shot at, and seeing people die in front of me, and thought it was normal. I done seen everything but somebody physically getting raped. And if I seen that, I probably wouldn't be here talking to y'all on YouTube, because I'm going up about it. Because that shit'll never be right. But I done seen everything but that. And we normalize like, oh shit, oh you got shot, you live. All right, you good, you a G. Oh, you got caught, you went to prison. All right, shit, that's what's up. Goddamn, you got your street cred. They don't know what the fuck niggas be going through. It's normal. I didn't realize how bad trauma was until I was with my mama about 2 days ago. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you? She's like, you going to prison. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, son, like you going to prison was probably like the worst day of my life. And I had to realize like how does me going to prison equate to the worst day of your life? And I'm gonna get into that story when I actually sit down and interview her. When I start interviewing people, you know what I'm saying? Like that's coming too. That really know me in real life. Trump is normal because I'm thinking I'm just going to prison. I'm thinking I'm just about to be locked up. I'm not thinking like how it's gonna affect others. I'm not thinking how it's gonna affect my mom. I'm not thinking how it's gonna affect my, you know what I'm saying, like my dad, my sisters, my niece and nephews, my girl at the time. Like I'm not thinking that. Like I'm not thinking it. And this third thing, I done made this video too long now. This third thing. And I say this for last to anybody that's still watching this video. This is why I say this for last. I done been through, like I said, I done been through everything you can name. But the most traumatic experience I have ever felt in my life, the most depression, everything like I've ever felt, and I'm gonna be vulnerable now, and I'm gonna say it. I might gotta make a part 2 to this video, but I'm gonna say it, and I got to make a part 2 to this video. I got to make a part 2. Stay tuned for part 2. It's crazy.